Okay, hello and welcome to another declutter, or like this is gonna be like it was last year. It's gonna be a combo. This is gonna be a palette collection and palette declutter. As you can see, there are walls building up around me because I honestly don't know where to put everything, which is not a good thing. It's not looking that good. So I have so many more palettes this year than I had last year because my channel has been bigger this year than it was last year. So I have collected more palettes. I did buy eyeshadow palettes, even though I was on a low buy. With most of my low buys, I did buy like palettes, and also I've been sent quite a few palettes. I'm gonna present to you all of my palettes, and I'm gonna declutter a couple. And this is gonna be hard because I honestly, I don't know what to declutter, but I know I don't use all of this. So I'm gonna try and be good. Oh, this is so hard. I'm almost getting like heart palpitations. And this isn't all of it. There's more stacked behind here. There's like another pile here. There's 2 more piles over here, and there are 3 piles on the floor. These are more than 200 palettes. It has to be. It has to be more than 200 palettes. I should really count them afterwards. But anyways, yeah, let's get started. Let's start with something... Should we start with something easy or something hard? Let's start with something more easy. Let me put my phone to the side. Let's start with this pile. This is the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. I did actually show you this in a ranking my ColourPop palettes, and this is a really nice palette, but I don't reach for it. It's very neutral. I haven't used it that much, and it's also discontinued. So I'm gonna give this to a new home. I know a lot of people who will enjoy this that wear neutrals on a daily basis. This is an H&M palette, and I feel the same about this one as I feel about the other one. Let me see if I can, maybe I can put it like that. I feel the same about this one as I did about the other one. It is a pretty palette. I did enjoy this palette. I had fun with this palette. This highlighter is very, very beautiful, but I do know other people in my life that will enjoy this palette and actually use it. Because I don't think I'll reach for this over any of my other palettes, but I will say that these kind of palettes at H&M, pretty good quality, really nice shadows. I do have a video where I use this one. The next one is this one. This is the Zoeva Premiere. Let me squeeze this out. Let me see if I can. This one doesn't have a mirror. This one is a really nice palette. It does have some unexpected colors. I have used this outside of YouTube. It has a nice dark red and a duochrome here. It's a nice palette, but it's not really my color scheme. I did get sent this as PR. These 2 first ones I bought. I'll try to remember to mention every one that I bought and every one that I have gotten as PR, so you can see that I've actually bought quite a lot of these palettes myself. I'd say half, maybe more than half, to be honest. So yeah, I'm also gonna give this one to someone else. I think they will be enjoying it a lot. Oh, I got the sleeve. This is the Certifeye Affinity 2 palette. This one I bought this year, and it is a stunning palette. It's so beautiful. Really, really enjoyed this one. I am gonna keep this one because I think I can still have some fun with this palette. I like the quality, I like the colors, and it's very colorful. Ooh, this is the BH Cosmetics Festival palette. Am I gonna save this one, or am I gonna give this away? Am I gonna use this? I loved doing like throwbacks to older palettes, but people don't really watch throwbacks unless they own the palette. So making a throwback as a YouTuber doesn't really make sense because it doesn't give a lot of traction. Most people don't want to watch it. And it's nothing like wrong with using old products, but this is me as a YouTuber talking. Will I use this one again? Maybe not. But I really like this palette. I said that this was one of the best palettes of 2018, and I still stand by that, but I don't think I'll use it anymore. Would I be decluttering this one? I want to be good. And that's why I'm trying to stay firm. I think I'm going to declutter that. I did buy this one myself as well. This one is the one that I got as PR. This is the Flower Child palette by Max Up the Makeup. I did get sent this in PR. I have used this, and I think I'm gonna hold on to this one, and I'm gonna give away another one of the Max Up the Makeup palettes that I actually never got to. Or do I have a friend that would enjoy this? Maybe I should declutter this one, because I don't think I'll reach for this one over any of the other palettes I have as well, because I liked it, but it wasn't perfect. You know what? I'm gonna be good, because I need to get rid of a lot of palettes. I need to get rid of a lot of palettes. This year is going to be the year where I actually move, and when I move, I can't bring all of these things. This is a Pixie palette, never been used, never been touched. It's an all shimmer neutral palette. Where am I going? Where am I going with this all shimmer neutral palette? This was actually the last thing that I got sent in PR from Pixie. I think after this palette, they actually kicked me off the PR list because I never did anything with these palettes. Because I mean, what am I gonna do with this? So yeah, I haven't received any PR from Pixie after this palette. Yeah. I'm not salty about that. I just think it's very ironic. I'm gonna give this to someone who's gonna enjoy this, because obviously I didn't. This is an old palette by H&M Beauty. This is the oldest palette I have. This is still actually good, but this is very old. This time I can declutter it. Now I feel ready to declutter it. I kept it for nostalgic reasons, but I'm gonna throw this away now. It's very, very old. This one is from Midas Cosmetics. I have one of the palettes from Midas Cosmetics. I did really enjoy this one, but I haven't used it that much. Maybe I should save this and see if I can get some more use out of this. I feel like Midas Cosmetics, stop it, plastic. Let me get rid of the plastic, though I hate plastic. I feel like Midas Cosmetics is one of the brands that has gotten a bit of hype lately. So let me hold on to this one and see what we can do with it. Here is something that I'm actually gonna declutter, even though I really like it. But this is the Sof and Makeup Revolution. Oh, I still have the plastic because it has her shade names on it. This was a really nice palette. I did enjoy it. It has some pops, but it's mostly a warm neutral palette. But I think I'm gonna declutter it now, because I used to have this as like a neutral backup, but I do have other neutral palettes that I actually use more. But yeah, I feel like people have been talking about Makeup Revolution has been getting better, so I want to kind of like try them again. This I just got. This is the Artisan palette by Suva Beauty. I got sent this in a Tribe Beauty box because I got sent a couple of their boxes as PR, so I haven't tried this one. This is what she looks like. It has a pressed glitter, and then it has two blushes. Maybe it's two matte blushes and two shimmery blushes. Well, maybe these are highlighters, blush toppers, depending on your skin tone. And then it's 9 eyeshadows. Well, one of them is a pressed glitter. This is a pretty okay color scheme, to be honest, but I don't need an all-in-one palette like this, so I actually think I'm gonna get rid of it. Suva is a very interesting brand, but I don't think that this is one of their most interesting releases. And I still have the box. This is pretty new to my collection, so I think I am actually gonna give this palette away. Maybe I'll give it away in a giveaway. Oh, I have my Pinky Rose palettes here. Let's start with this one. This is Bright Lights. This is the oldest one I have. This one I bought myself. This is a really, really nice palette. I like this, even though it has 3 pressed glitters. I wish it didn't have that, but I will say with the new palettes, they skipped the pressed glitters. But I'm gonna keep this because I like Pinky Rose and I like this palette. Then came the bundle with the Exotic Peacock, the 80s Baby, and then this one that is Obsessed. I did review these palettes this year, and I got them as either a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. I don't really know, from my fiance, and I really like these palettes. I'm gonna keep all of them. Look at this color scheme, so fun. I think this is my favorite, the 80s Baby. I really like the purples and the reds and the yellows together. I think that's so pretty. So I am gonna keep all of those. Let me see, where am I gonna put the palettes that I'm keeping? Let me put them back here. I have another pile here. Okay, come, work with me, work with me. This is the Paleo palette by Cleona. This is their first palette, and I am keeping this one. The quality is great. I really love these shadows. I'm definitely keeping it. The palette, this is handmade and hand painted. And this is the Archeo palette. I have 2, because I have one. I did the lookbook for the Archeo palette. So I have one that's a bit nicer and one that's a prototype. And I think one of this has the correct colors and one doesn't, and I probably should figure out which is which, because I first thought it was this one, but I honestly I'm not sure. I need to figure out which is which, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the other one because it's not the correct colors. These are my palettes from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. This used to be one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. This is Smoked Out. These shadows are so nice, but I never reach for these palettes anymore, and they are getting quite old. I don't even know if these are sold anymore. This is Meadow. The quality is really nice with this brand, but I don't reach for it anymore, and it's honestly not even hyped a little anymore. And I don't know what happened with this brand, but I feel like I am actually gonna get rid of these palettes. They are pretty old to my collection, and nobody's asking to see things with this brand. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I might have picked out my favorite shades and just saved one palette because the quality is really nice. I'm hoping to see that they come up with something more in the future. I would love to see more from this brand. Let me address the palettes that I have here. This is the Lucid Dream by Her Mannerism. I got sent this by a subscriber. She had already bought something for me and she wanted to send it to me. I've had this for almost a year now, and I have never used it, and I feel bad about that, but at the same time, like, I always tell you to not send me gifts, and I'm telling you now, like, don't buy anything for me. Please do not buy anything for me. Save your money and save it for yourself. I feel like this is really pretty, and I kind of want to dig into it, but at the same time, like, and she also got me this one. This is the eyeshadow palette 2, and this is the original one. I've heard the quality is really, really good, but for some reason I never got to it. Like, this one, the Nocturnal, looks great. I have too much. That's the problem, and that's why I don't want you to buy me anything, because Lord knows I do that enough on my own. So, am I gonna give this away? I don't think I'll ever reach for this, which is such a shame. Oh my god, I honestly don't know what to do. Like, I want to be honest with myself and be like, I'm never gonna make a video on this, because I'm not. It's been too long. It's not a relevant thing. Nobody's really asking for this brand, and I have so much eyeshadow, and you will see that I have so much eyeshadow. I really do not need to keep this. I am gonna keep this in I'm gonna declutter it, but I'm gonna keep it in a special pile where I can see if I have someone that would actually really like this, because this isn't the kind of palette you just give to a coworker. This I want to give to someone who would actually really benefit from it and actually really love it. So I'm gonna put that in a special pile. Special pile. Then I have these. These are like the bane of my existence. This is the Ace Beauté bundle, the one that they came out with, when was it? Last year? I don't even know. I made videos on all of these. I love the color scheme of this one, even though it's like such a warm toasty palette. There's something so grungy and lovely with it. This pink one is so great as well, but the quality isn't really there. Ooh, I think I'm gonna keep these because I want to love these so bad. I want to love these so bad. I think that these are gonna have to survive one more declutter, because at some point I want to try Ace Beauté again and see if the formula has changed a bit, and then I might need to have the old ones. And also, these aren't horrible. These are not horrible, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not my favorite formula because the mattes are not buildable. So it's really hard to layer the mattes on each other, and that's not the kind of formula I want to use. But ooh, I want to make this work. I'm gonna save these. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Here I have something that's not going anywhere. These are all of my Kaliedos palettes. I have gotten all of these in PR. I'm going to show you the first Kaliedos palette in a while as well. This is the Futurism one. This is the green one. And then we have the number 2, the bronze, which is the neutral one. And then we have the number 3, the Astro Pink, the pinky blue one. And then it is this one, right? That is the neon one. This is number 4. I still have the plastic in this one for some reason. And then it's number 5. Also still has the plastic. All of these are absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. The quality is top notch. I think that Kaliedos is one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas actually. Definitely not getting rid of these, and I'm so happy that they are getting the kind of recognition that I knew from the very start when I tried their first eyeshadow palette. I knew. I was like, this is it. This is gonna be a brand to look out for. Let's get into this palette. This is the Certified Dynasty palette. I feel like I want to save the Certified palettes because I really like the color stories. And I really like the Certified brand. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. This is the Destiny one. The more darky one. I'm so sorry that I'm being absolutely horrible at this. I think I'm gonna let these survive another declutter, and maybe with time I can decide if I want to keep all of them. This is my favorite rainbow palette. You all keep asking me what is my go-to rainbow palette, and this is it. The Tropical Wonders. This is also by Certifeye. Really enjoyed this one. This is the Lemonade palette by Dominique Cosmetics. I don't want to get rid of this. I kind of like this palette. It wasn't perfect, but I kind of liked it. I kind of want to keep this one. I think I'm going to keep that. This is the Brew palette by September Rose. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. I think I bought 2 of these Certifeye palettes, and I did get sent one in PR. The Dominique Cosmetics palette I bought myself. The Ace Beauté palettes, I bought all of these myself. And the Kaliedos ones I got sent in PR. This from September Rose I also got sent in PR. Stop it! I think I kind of want to save this one because the quality of these were beautiful. And if I want to save some neutral palettes because I'm trying to get into neutrals here. And I really love, I've used this twice, once on YouTube and once outside of YouTube, and I've loved the looks I've made. So I think I'm gonna save this one because of that. Why am I keeping these plastic things? Get off. And I don't need this one either. This is the Paulina palette by Blush Tribe. This is a limited edition collab palette with Paulina. So I'm gonna keep this one as well. I feel like I want to save like collab palettes. And this is the Blush Tribe Blossom palette. This is no longer available, but she has a palette out that's called Lila, where she has a couple of these shades together with shades from another palette. So I think I'm gonna hold on to this one for a bit more. Then we have the OPV Tropical Dreams. Why am I keeping these plastics? I've actually only used this palette once, and I did create a look with this, and I feel like I want to play a bit more with it before I decide whether or not I'm gonna save it. But I did really like the look that I created, even though the green here, the 5-5, wasn't as blendable as I maybe would have wanted, but I need to try this a bit more before I make up my mind. Then we have, let's have this pile. I'm telling you, it's a never-ending story. This is the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette. I bought this myself. I wish I got this in PR. I'm telling you, if there was ever a PR list that I wanted to be on, this is it, guys. The Natasha Denona PR list. Oh, I'd love to be on that one. Oh, and Melt. Gosh. That would be the dream. But I bought this myself. I really enjoyed this palette. I'm definitely saving it. Then we have the 2 Makeup Geek palettes. I got sent these as PR. This is the Champagne Rose and the Peach Bellini. I like both of these palettes. They're not exactly my color scheme, but I do really enjoy this kind of format. And I'm gonna save these to see if Marlena is keeping this format for the next launch, like if she's gonna keep that kind of format for the relaunch of the brand. So I'm kind of curious to see that. So I'm gonna hold on to these and see if the format is staying for the new, the rebranding of the brand, because I know the rebranding is coming because I am actually on the PR list of Makeup Geek, so I have some inside information. This is the Sunrise palette by Natasha Denona. Like this palette, don't love it, but I'm gonna keep it because I really like the Natasha Denona formula, and I'm gonna keep this because I feel like there is a benefit to it. Like, the quality is great. It's just a color selection that is not as good as the other palettes that I own. This is the Nabla Secret palette. This is the one that I like. It was the Poison Garden one that I was like a bit iffy about. I did get sent this as PR. This is a nice palette. I like this one. I want to play more with it. I have reviewed it and I made looks on my channel. I like it. I am gonna hang on to it. Ooh, it is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault palette. This is the one that's called... What is this called? Dark Magic. This is the Dark Magic one. This is the only one I bought, and I bought this myself. I'm not on the Morphe PR list. I made looks with this and I reviewed this, and I like this. I honestly think is that I know how my palette swatches, and I've seen live swatches from other people using this palette, and I have to say, I think that there is a difference between like the palettes. I think there actually are good palettes and bad palettes, and I got a good palette because my palette is a-okay. This is a nice palette. I like it. I'm gonna hold on to it for a bit more because it's a small Morphe palette that I actually like. They are very far and few between. So is that how you say it? Far and few. Few and far between. Few and far between. Gosh, somebody save me. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. This is the Stroke of Midnight by Makeup Geek. This is the limited edition holiday palette from last year. I've actually only used this outside of YouTube, but it is a stunning palette. But I think I'm gonna get rid of it because I'm never gonna get to this. Like, I'm never gonna do any videos on this, and it's a shame because it's a beautiful palette. This one in the corner, what is that one called? Soiree. I honestly don't know. That shade, I wish I had that as a single, but I don't want to pry it out of this palette because who wants to give away a palette that somebody, like, I don't want to poke out a shade and I'm like, hi, do you want to have a palette? I took out the shade I wanted. Congrats. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I am going to give, putting it here, I'm gonna give that palette away to someone. I hadn't been decluttering anything for a while, so I kind of forgot what I was doing here. This is the Glamlite Viva Taco palette. This is the only food palette from Glamlite that I've kept. I've had the what is it called? Wait, let me turn this around. I've had the burger palette, but I gave that away in a giveaway. This is beautiful quality. I've had an Instagram look using this one that came up pretty recently, and I've also been wearing some of these shades in a video on my channel, but I haven't made a video on this on YouTube. But I'm telling you, whew, this palette has some serious great shades, great pigmentation. I really love the Glamlite palettes. I'm gonna keep this one because this is smaller and nicer, and that's what I like. I like palettes that aren't too big. This is borderline too big, so yeah. But I'm gonna keep it because I really like it and it's not too big and bulky. Did get sent this as PR from Glamlite. I'm affiliated with Glamlite. I do have a code with them. This is OPV Beauty's Rainbow Splash. I did get sent this as PR as well. I think I have reviewed this. Have I? Have I reviewed this? Do you remember a review with this? Did I make a palette bingo maybe? That could be what I did. This is an okay palette. The other palettes from OPV that I've tried have been a lot better than this one. This has some hits and misses, and for that reason I am gonna give this one away, maybe to someone who is starting out with makeup and just want to see what kind of colors they like and aren't that fussed with the kind of quality of the shades, just trying to get into colors. So I'm gonna declutter this one and see if somebody else wants it. I've only used it a couple of times. This is the Caliente palette. This is a really nice Glamlite palette. I don't know if this is still available, but this is how the Glamlite palettes look like before they started doing food themed. I did receive this one as PR as well. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one because I do think that this is a really nice palette. These metallics are beautiful. If you're ever wondering about like what I did with these palettes, I probably featured all of these palettes, to be honest, except the ones I told you that I didn't use on my channel, so you just have to like search for them. This is the Makeup Academy Tropical Oceana palette. This one survived my last declutter because it is actually a pretty nice quality, but I haven't reached for it since, so I'm actually going to give this away and see if someone can have some fun with this because, yeah, I don't need to hold on to this one. Ooh, here is something that I'm actually keeping. This is the OPV Spotlight palette. This is the one I bought myself, and after reviewing this one, OPV reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be on their PR list and get a code with them. So I did buy this palette myself, but since then I am on the OPV PR list. I really like this palette. Really enjoy the palette and really enjoyed the looks I did with this. I did a 1 palette 3 looks with this. Definitely holding on to this one. Every time I look at this, I'm just like, so excited. I feel like this is Do you remember when everyone looked at the Mi Vida Loca and they were like, the one that got away? I feel like with Kat Von D, like, definitely she is living up to the meme, oh how the mighty has fallen. And I actually have the Mi Vida Loca in this video. It's gonna come in a while, but I feel like nobody is now wanting the Mi Vida Loca. What they want is this one. This is the Kaliedos Deep Sea Luster palette. This is the first palette that they came out with, and this is discontinued, and this is magnificent. This is everything you ever wanted in a palette and then some. This is, oh wow. If I could only keep 5 palettes in my collection, which would be borderline insanity, and I feel sick to my stomach even just thinking about that. But if I could only keep 5 palettes, I'd keep this one. And I'm so sad that it's discontinued. I did get sent this as PR, and I was like, sure, you can send it in PR. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I love it. This is how I discovered Kaliedos. This is the first palette that I made any videos on from Kaliedos, and since then they have sent me the other things as well that they have released. And I don't think that a lot of people made videos with this palette, because at that time, people hadn't discovered how amazing they were. Now they know. Let me just show you this one. Like I can't, like, it's hard to like even explain to you how great this is. Oh my god, it's so good. So good. Oh my god. I am not getting rid of this one. I'm so happy I have it. I want to use it all the time, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, people can't get a hold of this, so it feels mean, but this one is staying for sure. Love this one. Okay, let's now talk about the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. As you can see, mine is actually signed by Natasha Denona because I met her on a meetup and I bought this palette and I got to meet Natasha Denona. It was pretty recently. I bought this when I was in New York and it's pretty neutral. I would say that this is a half neutral, half colorful palette because like this red is a bright ruby red metallic. This is a blue, this is a blue, this is a blue, green, 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 a greeny gold, and then this is a green as well, and this is a green, and this is pretty much green as well. So there is a very nice variety of cool tones, warm tones, neutrals, colors. It's leaning a bit more neutral than I would wish, but the quality of this palette is impeccable. It's pretty new to my collection, and even if it wasn't, I wouldn't declutter it because I do really love this palette. This is the Alondra Desi palette by Glamlite. This is a collab palette that they did before. Can you see it? Oh, here you can see so good. Oh my god. Is that a dog hair? Could be a dog hair. But I'm so sorry if the setup hasn't been ideal, but I'm trying to show you as best as I can, and I do think that you've seen most of it. The quality of this one is impeccable, but I don't love the shades as much in this one as I do in the other Glamlite palettes I have. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm actually gonna give this to a friend as well. I'm sure that someone will love this because the quality is amazing. I just don't need another warm tone palette. Then we have a pile over here. Let's start with these palettes. I know a lot of people got these in Boxy Charm lately, the Dose of Colors palettes, and not everybody seems to be loving the quality. I love the Dose of Colors eyeshadow formula. I love it. This is the Blushing Berries. I'm keeping it. This is the Snow Angels. I'm keeping that. And this is the Marvelous Mauves. I am keeping that. I like these palettes. I love these palettes even, so I'm not getting rid of that. I think they're really, really nice. They are a bit picky copy, but I really do enjoy them, I have to say. Then we have some 12 pan palettes by ColourPop. This is not my favorite, but I think I'm gonna hold on to it just because of being on YouTube, and I do think that there is a point where having a palette like this can actually be good as a YouTuber because it is a collab palette. I'm gonna hold on to that one. I don't think the quality is as good as normally with ColourPop shadows, and it also, the color story is a bit confusing to me, but it's not awful, so I am gonna hold on to it. This is my favorite ColourPop palette. If you've seen my Maybe I shouldn't give away the results, but I have a video ranking all of my ColourPop palettes, and I did put this as #1. This is the Good Sport. If you see this one in stock and you don't own it and you like the color story, I really recommend it. Definitely keeping it. I'm keeping the Dream Street for the exact same reason as the Zodiac one. This is a really nice neutral palette though, with some pops. I actually have gotten some use out of this one, so I'm gonna keep it. This is the Sweet Talk palette. This is still in stock at ColourPop, and the quality is nice, even though it's not 100% my color story. But I'm gonna keep that one as well. This is one of my favorite palettes, the My Little Pony palette. I'm gonna hold on to this for a little bit longer. Even though this isn't available, but I do like it, and yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that one. Should I have said what I bought? I forgot a couple. I did buy all of these Dose palettes myself, and I have bought all of these ColourPop palettes myself. Oh no, I did get the Sweet Talk in PR. And did I forget to tell you about all of the other ones? The Glamlite palettes I got in PR, and I did get the Kaliedos palette in PR. Bought this one myself though. Wish I didn't have to, but I did. This is the She palette. I really like this palette. It's still being sold at ColourPop, so I'm gonna save that one as well. Then, should we do more ColourPop since we're in the neighborhood? I do have all of these monochromatic, like the 9-pan palettes, and I am gonna hold on to all of them. This is the Just My Luck. This is the Strawberry Shake. This one has been in a close encounter with my dog. Apparently he thought it was real strawberries, but it's still pretty intact, so I'm gonna hold on to that one. This is the Honey. This is the It's My Pleasure. These are not that easy to open as the cardboard ones. This is the Blue Moon. This is, oh, love this one. This is the Main Squeeze. That's squeezing out of the packaging. This is the Orange You Glad. And this is the Ooh La La. I would say this and this and this. These three I've gotten in PR, and the other ones I have bought myself. Then I have a couple of things over here. I have the Sigma Creme de Couture. This is a holiday palette from a couple of years ago. Really did enjoy this one. I think I'm gonna declutter this one now, because I feel like with this palette I have everything I need, and it's also, this one is still available and this isn't. But I did enjoy this palette. I really liked it, and the reason why I'm getting rid of it is because I don't want to like do videos on stuff that's really hard to get a hold of, and I do have the Creepy Cute. So I think I'm gonna go declutter this one, even though it's super pretty. I'm gonna see if somebody wants some like nice pastel colors to play with. Definitely not throwing it away. I'm gonna give it to a friend or maybe another influencer. Oh, here is the Matte Spectrum palette by Zoeva. I haven't been getting as much use out of this one this last year as I would have wanted, and I think the reason is because I have shades like this in Divina mattes in my singles collection. I'm gonna do videos on my singles as well. So I do reach for my Divinas over this one, so I'm actually gonna give this away. This is still like sold, I think, and Zoeva is available in Sweden, so maybe some of my Swedish influencer friends would like to play with that one. Then I have the two Strobe Cosmetics palettes. This is the Creepy Cute, the one that I told you about, that is the like the pastel-y one. This is what she looks like. I'm definitely keeping this. This is definitely also one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, and I love this palette so much. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm so excited to see the next Strobe palette when it's coming. It's coming real soon. I did get sent this in PR. And she told me that she's gonna send me the Arcana palette in PR as well. So expect to see a video on that when I get it. I'm very grateful to be getting PR from Strobe. I do really enjoy their eyeshadow formula. This is the Divinity palette. It's also beautiful shades. Like, these two together make a beautiful crease. These two together make a beautiful crease. And these two together make a beautiful crease. And then two shimmers. Oh, really nice palette. I am saving that one. Then I have a couple of small ones here. I do have some Wet n Wild. Oh, I have this one that I got from a friend. I got this from Georgia Harris. I've not gotten really that much good use out of this one, so I think I'm gonna give this maybe to a friend. I do have some co-workers that might enjoy something like this. I'm gonna give this re-gift this to a friend that might use it more, because I feel feel ashamed having pretty things in my collection that I don't use. Maybe that is the reason for this whole declutter. And I feel the same way about these Wet n Wild ones. This is in Comfort Zone and not a basic peach. I am gonna give both of these away to someone that's gonna enjoy them more. And then we have, ooh, these I saved because I liked traveling with them, but lately, these are from Model's Own, 2 quads, but lately I've been traveling with making my own magnetic palettes, so I think I'm gonna get rid of these. My god, I'm being so good! I like the quality of these. I don't even know if Model's Own is a thing anymore, but I think I'm gonna give these away. They're pretty old. Maybe I should declutter them. And it's probably the same with this one from H&M. I should probably just get rid of this one. It's nice quality. It was limited edition. I did have a lot of fun with it, but maybe I'll throw these away because they're actually old. I don't want to gift things that are old to people. Then we have the Soul and Mar palette. My Soul palette has been through an accident. The rose gold is not living its best life. These are not my favorite ColourPop palettes, and I might give these away. They're not that much used either. So I think I'm gonna declutter these. Oh my god, have I ever decluttered a ColourPop palette until this declutter? Because there was one before as well. Go me, go me. Okay, one more pile in front of me. That's not true, I'm lying. That is not true, I am lying. Let me see if I can now move this a bit. That is a lot better. This is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I really do enjoy this palette. I think it's a really nice palette. So I am gonna keep this one. I bought this myself in the end of last year. So I've had it for a year, but I haven't been using it as much as I would like to. But I think it's a really nice palette, and I am gonna hold on to this one and hopefully get even more use out of it. This is the Hasina 1 from Blush Tribe. This is the other palette that I told you that Lila shades was taken from it. So I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. I've actually had some really fun looks with this one. This Amara is sick. It's such a nice shade, and this Sumira is so pretty on the eyes. So I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. Really do love using like indie makeup. This is the Malika palette by Blush Tribe. This is probably the palette from Blush Tribe that I own that is the least my style. So I'm gonna see if I can re-gift this to someone who's gonna enjoy it a bit more. This is the Affinity palette by Certifeye. I think I'm gonna hold on to this a bit more, because I do love the combo of like purple and red and yellow. I've said that before, so I think that this is a very nice combo, and this like these shades here I've had a lot of fun with. So I'm gonna hold on to this one as well for another year, and then we'll see. This is the Minasa palette by Blush Tribe. I've only used this a couple of times, but the looks that I did was really nice. I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. I love colorful shades. It makes me happy to have things like this in my collection. It makes me happy just to look at this. I did a really nice and successful palette bingo with this palette. That was really fun. This is the Slush palette by September Rose. Oh, I forgot to say, I did get sent this as PR, and this one I bought. No, this one was PR as well, and I think this one was PR as well. I think that's how it is, because I know that with Certifeye I've gotten like half of them as PR and half of them I bought myself. So this is the September Rose Slush palette. This palette I did get sent as PR, and I like this palette. There are some shades that are a bit similar, and there are some shades that are like, some shades are impeccable and some shades are okay. And that was my biggest gripe with this palette, is that not every shade is amazing. Some shades are just okay. But I like this palette, and I think this is also one of those palettes I look at them and I'm happy, and it's also still available, so I want to keep this one. I think it's a really nice palette. This is a palette that I am definitely keeping. This is the Fall Fusion by Blush Tribe, and the main reason why I'm keeping this, not only because it's another one of those lovely purple, red, yellow stories that I really love, is that this shade here, Angelica, it's named after me. The owner named this shade after me, so I'm definitely keeping it. This was a limited edition palette, but she said that she might bring it back. I don't know if she will, but yeah, I'm definitely keeping that one. It's also a really nice palette. And this is the Suri palette by Suri Cosmetics. I like this palette. I've had a lot of fun with this palette, and I've named this one of the best palettes of last year. I want to hold on to this a bit more. Same here. I really love like indie makeup and palettes like this. Again, it's like a reddish yellowy purple theme. Can you tell it's my thing? But these shades are also really, really nice. So I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. Did get sent this as PR. I haven't seen Surrey release anything since this palette. I hope they didn't stop doing things. Oh my god, it's finally starting to get a bit like spacious here. And I have all of my Juvia's Place palettes here. I am gonna keep this because these are still in stock, these are still being sold, and I want to film a video that you have probably already seen that is gonna be ranking all of my Juvia's Place palettes because I got so many requests for that. So I'm keeping them for that reason, and maybe next time I'm doing a declutter, I will get rid of some of them because yeah, I do have a lot of Juvia's Place palettes and I probably should get rid of some of them. This is the Nubian 3 Coral. This one, I bought this myself. I think I bought all of these palettes but one, but I did get sent one of these as PR as well. I am affiliated with Juvia and I do get some of the PR but far from everything, but I do have a code with Juvia if you want to save some money. But this is the Coral one. I bought one myself and then I got sent one as PR, so I gave one away. This is the Saharan one, and this is the Afrique. I just recently made a look with this one. This is the Festo. I have made looks with all of these palettes. If you ever wanted to get some inspiration on Juvia's Place, this is the place. I've made looks with all of these palettes. This is the Tribe. I think this is my favorite one. This is the newest one, at least when I'm filming this. This is the Warrior 3. And this is the Warrior 1. This is the one that I got sent in PR, but you can see that this isn't really my color scheme. And if I were to get rid of any of these, it might be this one, but I want to rank them first. The quality is really nice though, but just not my colors. This is the Zulu. Oh, this used to be my favorite, but I still really, really love this one. This is the Deuce one, or Douce. I don't know. Deuce ones. I don't know. This is the Saharan 2. I love this one as well. This is so underrated. Oh, this is so great. This is the Nubian 2. And this is the Masquerade. I have the old big one. And then it is the Magic. Same here. I have the old big one. So yeah, I'm keeping all of these palettes because I want to be ranking them. And then next declutter, we can see if maybe some of these can go. Because obviously, I don't use all of these as much. And then we have this one. I have the Mi Vida Loca by Kat Von D, and as you probably can tell, this is pretty old by now. And even if this wasn't Kat Von D, because I am currently on a break from Kat Von D, I probably still should be decluttering this because I'm not going to use this. I mean, this is old, but I remember how this used to be everyone's unicorn, like the one that got away. But I have it, but I'm not going to use it anymore, and I think I'm going to get rid of it. I mean, this is old. Nobody should be using this. It's old. So yeah, I am going to get rid of this one though. Okay, as you can see, we are not done by a long shot. So, I have this small one from Smashbox, and for some reason I never got into this. This is so cute. I never used this, but this was when pressed glitters was first a thing. I want to keep it because I do want to use it, and I think it's so... I'm stupid. You're always wondering, like, what things do you have in your collection that you never used? I present to you this one. Never used it for some reason. I'm an idiot. Anyways, this is another Smashbox thing. I really wanted to love this. This is the Pink and Palms. I wanted to love this so bad. Like, I can't even express to you how much I want to love it. It's just okay. So I'm gonna get rid of it. It's not gonna get any better from laying in my drawers. This is a NARS palette. This is the Man Ray palette. This I got given. The other two Smashbox palettes I bought myself. This one I was given as PR from the PR firm that handles NARS in Sweden. So it's not like the main brand NARS knows who I am, because they do not. This is a pretty palette, but I don't use it anymore. So I'm gonna give this to someone who is gonna enjoy this one. We're getting into some of my Kat Von D. I really wanted Kat Von D to turn this ship around because I used to love her brand, although I will say that she hasn't really been releasing that many interesting things lately. This I bought just as she declared that she's not gonna vaccinate her kid. And as you can see, it's barely used. I think I've used it once. I just couldn't. It's a shame. It's a beautiful palette, but It's time to get rid of my Kat Von D. This is the Makeup Geek and Manny MUA. Oh, I still have the plastic. I still have this one and I think I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, there's a special thing with like collab palettes, and if I really do like the collab palettes, I do want to hang on to them. I really wish that Makeup Geek would release something like this in their rebranding. I'm hoping for that. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. Where am I putting the hold on things? This is the Sarah Cosmetics Culture Shook palette. I have reviewed this on my channel and I told you that I didn't think that the quality of these shadows were that nice. So I'm gonna do the same with this one as I did with the rainbow palette from OPV. I'm gonna give it to someone who is just getting into makeup, that just are trying to find like what is my style, because I feel like shadows like that could be really good for that. This is the Enchanted Secrets by Linda Hallberg. Definitely keeping this one. So pretty. This is the Metallic Mysteries 2 by Linda Hallberg. Same here, definitely keeping this one. This is something that I am gonna declutter. I'm sorry, I feel sorry that I am, but this is the My Little Pony palette. I used to have so much fun with this, but I don't reach for this ever. So this was my only pure palette, but I'm actually gonna declutter that one. This is the Slush 2 by September Rose. This is pretty new in my collection. This is a matte, somewhat of a rainbow palette. This is pretty fun. I mean, this is another palette. I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's so fun. So I'm gonna play with this a bit more. I've only used it twice. I need to play with this a bit more before I decide what I want to do with it. I haven't like even reviewed this palette. And then we have Urban Decay Electric. Should I be keeping this? Okay, quickly, let's declutter it before I change my mind. This is the Sigma Brilliant and Spellbinding. This used to be the neutral palette that I reached for, but I don't anymore. So I think I'm gonna declutter that as well. It's not the one I'm reaching for. This is the Nabla Dreamy. This is still available and Nabla is now sold in US. I'm gonna hold on to this one. Maybe you want to see more Nabla videos now because I do have quite a lot of Nabla. This one I bought myself. Oh my god, I forgot to say. This one I got in PR. Makeup Geek I bought myself. The Metallic Mysteries 2 I got in PR, but this one I bought myself. Oh my god. The Sigma one I got in PR, but the electric one I bought myself, and all of the Kat Von D and also the Pure palette I bought myself. This one I got in PR. This is Odin's Eye Solmåne. This is such a beautiful palette. Look at this artwork. Like, do you see the artwork of this one? This is a Swedish indie brand. I did get sent this as PR. This is their highlighter palette. I thought that this was the eyeshadow palette, but it looks the same. Don't really like the quality of this one. I think I'm gonna declutter this one, or maybe give it to someone who's just getting into makeup so they can see if highlighters are even their thing. Because like I said, when you're trying to figure out your makeup taste, it doesn't really matter what you use. You just want to be like, is highlighters even for me? And maybe this palette could be like a trying out palette. I do have the eyeshadow palette here somewhere as well. Somewhere in this madness. This is the Viper palette by Sigma. This is a really nice little palette. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one. I've had some fun with this one and I think it's a really cute palette. Is this still being sold? This was the holiday palette last year, but they might still have it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I think it's a nice one. Ooh. We are coming to the Poison Garden by Nabla. Did buy this one myself. And if you have been on my channel for a while, you remember me not really being the biggest fan of this palette. I thought that this palette had a very weird and tuggy and dry matte formula. The shimmers are really nice, but yeah, this wasn't my favorite palette at all. But the palettes that they have released before and the palettes that they have released after have been so much better. So I feel like this one was just a misstep. I am gonna hold on to this one though, because I want to be able to compare this formula if they do ever release something similar to this one. So this is gonna have to survive another declutter round. If I wasn't on YouTube, I would have been decluttering this one. Maybe I should still be decluttering this one, but I'm gonna hold on to it for reference. Oh, here's the other one. Here's the other one, the Solmåne by Odin's Eye. Look at how beautiful this is, the same artwork. Still a lot of plastic, but this is how the eyeshadow palette is looking. It's really pretty. It has a duochrome here and a duochrome here, and this one has like a purpley base with some like green shimmers, and then it's beautiful mustard and beautiful violet. Like there are more of a neutral tone to this, but it has unexpected pops. And this is a really nice quality eyeshadow palette. I'm definitely holding on to this one. I think it's really nice, and I can't wait to see what Odin's Eye is doing in the future. Oh, is this the only Kat Von D that I'm not gonna get rid of? And I got this from a friend. Like she sent it from like, because it got back in stock in Canada, and LS did send this to me. You know what? This, I like this because of L. I don't like it because of Kat Von D. Okay, this gets to survive one more round. This one I'm gonna declutter though. I like this palette. I had really fun with this palette, but I do have these shades in other palettes, and even though I thought that this was okay, I can get this. This is the Divine palette. I can get these shades in my single shadows, and I don't think that Kat Von D is coming around. This is the Ofra and Francesca Tola palette. I did save the like face palette in my declutter, but I think I'm gonna give this one away because it's the same here. I like this quality. I thought this was really fun when I worked with it, but I don't think I'm gonna be reaching for this one over the other ones I have. But there's nothing wrong with this one, so I'm gonna give it to someone else, and I'm sure that they are gonna have a lot of fun. This is the Love Lux Beauty Pretty Powerful palette. This one I got sent in PR. Oh yeah, I got sent the Ofra palette in PR as well. The Kat Von D I bought myself. This one I got sent in PR. I've only used it twice, and I do really like some of the shades in here. Well, the shades that I've used. I thought that these were really nice. I've had fun with these, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. I actually think that this palette is pretty cute, so I've had some fun with this, and I think that this is a nice like mix between neutrals and colors. So I'm gonna hold on to this one and see if I can get some more fun out of it. Oh, it's time for the Metal Matte, the Kat Von D Metal Matte. This was the holiday palette quite some years ago. I did some looks on my channel. I did have some fun with this palette, but it's time to declutter it. It's gonna have to go. This is the Dream palette by Sigma and Beauty Bird. I got sent this as PR. This is a really nice palette. I haven't oops, dog hair. I haven't really played enough with this palette to give like a full and proper review, but there's nothing wrong with this palette. I just do not reach for it. I think that this is just little too big for me to reach for it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this to someone who's gonna have more fun with it. I feel like this is just like a centimeter bigger than the Taco palette, and that one is also like on the verge of being too big. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one to someone who's gonna enjoy it more than me. This is the Nomad palette, the Antil palette. This one I got sent from Georgia Harris. We did an exchange and she gave this one to me. This is also one of those palettes, I look at it and I'm so happy. I'm happy I have it, I'm happy I own it. And Nomad is a really fun and exciting indie brand, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. Oh, I get sent this one as well. In the same exchange with Georgia Harris, I got sent the, oh I have it. Plastic here. The Lorac Unzipped Desert Sunset. This is a really nice, like, neutral but still mauve palette. I feel like this one has a place in my collection, so I think I'm gonna hold on to this one for a bit as well, and it's also pretty small and nice, and I like that. Here is something that's finally gonna have to go. This is the Edward Scissorhands and Sugar Pill palette. This quality is absolutely atrocious. I did a review with this one on my channel when I just started. And when you just start a YouTube channel and when you don't have that many formulas to compare with, even then I couldn't really get this to work, and I was trying to be nice, but all in all, this is a pretty bad palette. So I love Edward Scissorhands, I really do, but good marketing can't save this awful quality. Ooh, this is the Too Faced Glitter palette. I remember when I bought this. Oh, I bought this as well. Unfortunately, I paid money for this. This one from Too Faced, the Glitter palette. I bought this myself. I thought this was such a cute palette. I honestly think that these shades are so nice. I want to keep this. I like this palette. I want to use this more. This is so cute. Okay, I'm going to save that. I like that palette. I don't know why people hate it. It's so cute. I have two Anastasia palettes here on top. These are not the only Anastasia palettes I own, but these are the only ones with this felted thingamajiggy. This is the subculture. I know that Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips have been saying that this has gotten reformulated and she bought a new formula and she compared ingredients and everything, and it seems to be true. I have the old one. Mine isn't good. This isn't a good palette. This isn't a good palette. I'm getting rid of this one. Because I have these kind of shades. If I want to have these murky shades, I do have mattes like this from Divina. Fortunately, I spent money on that one as well. This is the Norvina palette. I also bought this one myself. I do not receive PR from Anastasia. And this one is really nice. It's slightly too neutral toned for me, but I have to say the quality is beautiful and the looks that I've made with this has been so nice. So I am gonna keep that one. This one has to go. This one is so old. What is this one called? This is the Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. This is so old and I haven't used this in a hot minute. Let's get rid of that one. Ooh, here is the Special palette by Linda Hallberg. Did get sent this as PR. This is a really nice, another palette that I get really happy just looking at. And I like these shades and I like this palette. I thought that this was a nice palette. I'm gonna keep that one as well. Ooh, and here is one of my favorite palettes of last year, the Hasina 2 palette. Look at this color scheme. Oh, this just makes me so happy. This just makes me so happy. I've had so much fun with this palette. Definitely keeping that one. I still think that that is such a nice palette. This is another old Anastasia palette. This is the Self-Made. Nobody talks about this one. And every time that I ask you, do you want to see a throwback with this palette? Nobody wants to see a throwback with this palette. So I'm going to declutter this one. This just doesn't have a place in my collection anymore. Here's the Feral palette by Menagerie Cosmetics. This is not one of the palettes that I use the most in my collection. This is so heavy. If you think the Pat McGrath palettes are heavy, this one could kill a bitch. This one has beautiful artwork. I did buy this one myself. I bought this before they lowered the price. I bought this before they lowered the shipping, and I paid customs for this as well. So I paid $120 for this palette. Let that sink in. It is a nice palette. It's not worth $120, and it's my own fault, like for paying that much in shipping and like taxes, and it happens. It happens. It's not nobody's fault but my own. It is a nice palette. I like it. It's not my favorite formula, but I think it's really nice. The shimmers are a bit harder pressed than I prefer when it comes to shimmers, but I have had some fun with this palette. I do think it's really nice. It's just not my favorite formula, but I'm gonna keep it because I like supporting the brands. It's the same with the Misha Lu palettes. Oh my god, I've had so much fun with this. I think that these shades are so nice. Look at this Royalty. This is such a nice shade. Can you see anything? I don't know if you can. Oh my god, I'm like, this is such a nice shade, and then it's like the worst quality picture ever. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with these two palettes, and this is the Witchcraft palette. These are nice. I'm gonna keep these as well. I think they're really fun. I don't know if any of these are gonna survive my next declutter, but I do prefer indie over like mainstream. I did get sent both of these palettes as PR. This is the Suva Beauty palette that I have. That is not true. I showed you one before. This was the Suva Beauty palette that I bought myself with my own money. This is the Cupcakes and Monsters palette. I bought this when this was released back in the days. This is pretty old, and this is not the rainbow palette that I reached for. So I think it's time to declutter this one actually. Oh my god, I have so many palettes in my lap. And this is the last one in this pile. This is the Sigma Enchanted palette. Oops, plastic. I did get sent this one as PR as well. I've had made a look with this, and I did review it. This is a really nice palette. I think this is my favorite Sigma palette that they have ever released. Such a nice, interesting color story with some really like metallic glittery shades. This is really beautiful. I'm gonna keep this one. I think this is a really, really nice palette. Okay, this is the last one, I promise. I managed to put the inside of the last two buckets on my floor on the table at the same time so that we can look through this. The first one that I'm going to talk about is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. That's apparently... my god. This is what this one looks like. This is a really nice palette, but I don't reach for it, and it's also not one of the palettes that people are asking for on YouTube ever. I think I reach for other things over this one, so I think I'm actually going to give this one away. Oh my god, if I can... What is wrong with this one? Oh my god. This is another one that I'm gonna give away. I think that this is really nice though. This is by Pixi. I bought this one myself, and this one I got in PR. This is from Pixi, and I feel like these press glitters are actually pretty nice. These are pretty nice press glitters. So I'm gonna see if I can give this to someone who wants to be a bit more festive this season. I have enough glitters. I don't need to be hoarding more. This is the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions. This was probably the first thing I bought from Huda. This is really pretty. It's one of her first Obsession palettes. I only bought the colorful one for me, obvious reasons. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. I thought that this one was nice. And then for some reason, I bought the nude one. The nude one in medium. This is really new in my collection. I have made a video with this, but I'm gonna keep it because I think that this is really nice. This is gonna be my new go-to neutral palette. The quality is really nice. I can't deny it. I think it's pretty. Maybe I'm getting into neutrals. Who knows? Then it is the ColourPop Pretty Much. Definitely saving this one. This is a travel companion of mine. This is no longer available. It's a crying shame. I do want to pick up the Sueva one. I actually did pick up the Sueva one. You maybe already have seen that on my channel when this video is going up, to compare it with this one and see if they're pretty similar. I don't think they're gonna be dupes though, but maybe they can give the same vibe. Who knows? But yeah, I love this one. It's not available though, but I'm definitely keeping it. This one though, I am gonna get rid of. This is the ColourPop Make Up Your Mind. This is a mismatch of things that when people got the opportunity to pick shades themselves, this is what they're picked. This is why you can't trust people. People cannot be trusted. They give you stuff like this. I am actually going to declutter this. There's nothing wrong with it, but nothing is extraordinary with this either. So I'm gonna declutter that one. Then we have the NYX Off Tropic. I got this sent to me from NYX this summer, but for some reason I never got into it. But look at how pretty it is. I do want to. I want to so bad. Should I keep this? Should I just give it to someone? Because I know that someone would love it. But I so want to try it. What do you think? Oh my god, I wish this was live. I wish I could ask you. I wish I could... Like, the thing is that if I swatch it, then I can no longer just like, oh yeah, I just touched it and then I realized I don't want it, so here you go. worst gifter ever. Oh my god, can I think about this? I'm putting this in my maybe pile. I'll think about it. This is a pretty new palette to my collection. I've only used it once. This is the Pastel Tribe by Blush Tribe. I am gonna hold on to this one. I want to use it more and see if I can review it for you. It's still available, and I did get sent this as PR. And I got this sent at the same time. This is the Lila 2. This is the all green one. I've used this in an Instagram tutorial. It's a really pretty palette. Same here. I want to use it a bit more and see if I can review it for you. This one is really new into my collection. This is the Sweater Weather by Max Up the Makeup. Never touched this one. Never used it, but I really want to. And a lot of you seemed really interested in seeing an IGTV with this one. So when you're seeing this video, that might actually already be up. So I'm gonna save this because I do wanna do something with this. Why am I keeping sleeves? What's wrong with me? Stop it. Oh yeah, this is a singles palette, so that's why I'm gonna skip this for now. Where am I putting this? I'm gonna do a separate videos on singles. This is the Moonspell palette by Lunar Beauty. I am keeping, look at this. I'm keeping the palette and I'm keeping this because it makes it look like a book. I love it. This is so pretty. Like, look at this. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this. I have made 3 looks with this palette. I have done swatches for Instagram. I enjoy this palette. I think it's good quality. I think it's fun. I think it's different. I love how themed it is. So yeah, I enjoy this palette. It's gonna stick around for a bit longer. I am building the Tower of Babylon on the side here, and it's not doing that good. Let's talk about the Riviera palette. I bought this spring. I was so excited. I was so excited about Anastasia finally getting into color. Little did I know that they were gonna go bonkers for the rest of the year. I was like sweet, innocent summer child thinking that this was gonna be the only color I ever saw from Anastasia. I do really think that this is a nice palette though. I'm not sad I bought it, but I'm also at the same time really happy that I didn't go bonkers and bought all of the other palettes that they released, because I didn't. I think that this was the last palette I bought from Anastasia. Is that true? I actually think that this is the last palette I bought. But I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I think it's a really nice palette. Let's put this on the side here. Let's see if we can do the 2 Nabla palettes. These are the two Cutie palettes by Nabla. I did get sent this SPR. This is number 1 and number 2, so I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be more. And for that reason, I am going to save both of them right now, but obviously this one is getting decluttered first. So I'm gonna save them for now because I want to see if there's more coming out, if I can compare the formulas. This is number 1, the nude, and this is number 2, the coral. I have made a look each with these, and I've made videos and I have reviewed these. So if you want to see more content with these, they are up on my channel. This one, I'm only showing you this so I can declutter it. This is the Petal to the Metal by The Balm. I am nothing against in cream eyeshadow palette. The whole concept of it isn't weird to me, but these aren't good quality. These I've swatched all of these. They are stiff, they are not creamy, they're not opaque, they're not glittery enough, they're not special. There's nothing about this formula that warrants it being a cream. There, you got my review. It's boring. I'm gonna get rid of it. Here is something that I'm gonna get rid of for the only reason that it's beautiful. This is a Maybelline palette that came last year, and I haven't used it enough, and it's a shame because it's beautiful. Look at this shade. Why didn't I use this more? Because there was so many other things in my collection, but it is stunning. So I'm gonna declutter this because I never reach for it, and maybe someone else can enjoy it before it goes bad. This is the Sleek Enchanted Forest. Oop, I have really been enjoying this palette, but I haven't reached for it since my last declutter. It is a beautiful palette, but I'm gonna declutter it. And this, I feel the same about this one, the Garden of Eden. I just have too many good eyeshadow palettes lately that I don't need to hang on to these. It's nice. I've had fun with this one, but yeah, I have other things now, so I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't reach for it and I don't want to be hoarding things. These are CoverGirl palettes that I got sent to me from a subscriber. Same here. I'm trying to not receive subscriber gifts because I just never get to them. It's the same with PR. I don't want to get PR from brands that I haven't like specifically said that I want to get PR. That's why I don't have a PR box. I want to know what's getting to me. So I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna give them to, I know people that are gonna look at this and be like, yeah, I'm gonna love this. That person just isn't me. And it's a shame because they're nice, they're just not for me. This is also something that I'm gonna give away, and the only reason why I'm giving this away is because this is the Max Up the Makeup Ready Set Summer Palette. Summer palette. We're in November, at least when I'm filming this. I opened this and I took a picture. I never swatched it, I never used it, I never got to this. But it looks beautiful. But I'm gonna give it away because somebody else can enjoy it. And it's not Ready Set Summer. That boat has left, okay, Angie? You are late, the boat has left, and you didn't catch the boat. This is the Color Splurge by Labelle. This is nice. I like this one. This is a tiny bit of a different rainbow palette. This is pretty new to my collection, and I have used this, so I'm gonna hold on to it a bit more and I'm gonna use it. And the reason why I'm keeping this one also is because this one from Labelle, I have reviewed this and I made looks with it, and it's a nice palette, but it is a bit old, and I think I'm gonna declutter this one, and instead I am gonna keep these two palettes from Labelle. So I'm gonna get rid of the So Lush, and I'm keeping the Color Splurge, and I'm also keeping the Magnifique. This is also by Labelle. This is a really nice, luscious color scheme. I like this color scheme a lot. I have made a look with these two palettes. I really like the look, and I want to dive more into these two palettes, so that's why I'm keeping those instead of the older ones. We have reached the Pat McGrath Mothership 3 Subversive palette. This one I did get as a gift from my friend my friend Karen Harris here on YouTube. She did get me this one as a gift when I was in US. Where is the opening? Here it is. So, trying to get this open. This is a stunning palette. This is a stunning palette, but I am not as in love with Pat McGrath as everybody else is. It's nice. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. But I feel like I could get the same result with something else. I mean, don't get me wrong. These are nice shades. These are nice shades. But do you need to spend this much money to get this result? I mean, you can see here. The Kaliedos. I'm not saying they're basically the same kind of result on the eyes. And the Kaliedos price point is better. Let's just put it at that. Let's just put it at the price point is better. I really like this though. I'm obviously keeping it, and also it was a gift, so I'm keeping it. Why am I struggling at this one? This isn't hard, Angie. You should be able to figure this one out. It's a beautiful gift and I love it. The quality is great. Obviously I'm keeping it. I'm just saying that you don't need to have to pay that much money to get good eyeshadow. You really don't. It's the same with Natasha Denona, let's be honest. Okay, I have a couple of palettes here to show you. Let's start with this one. This is the Yes Please palette by ColourPop. This is very used, very old, and I'm actually not inspired by this at all. The only shadow I like in this palette is this one, and it's Chef4, and it is sold as a single, and I have it as a single. So this one has to go. Oh my god, I'm decluttering ColourPop palettes. Look at me. This is Chasing Rainbows. I don't know if this is still being sold. Is this still being sold? I think I'm gonna give this to another person as well. Someone is gonna enjoy this one. I know they will. This is the Saffron palette by Suba. This also got all of these palettes that are left here. Oh yeah, got this in PR. Bought this myself for some reason. All of these palettes that are left here got sent to me in the Tribe beauty box when I got to try those in PR. So none of these I have paid for myself, and I've only used one of these. Let me see if I can open this one. This, like I said, is the Saffron one. This is from Suba Beauty. This is a very spicy neutral palette. I have shadows like this, so I think I am gonna give this one away. I don't need to be hoarding palettes and like digging into them so that I can't like properly give them away. Then we have these ones from Ruby May. The quality of these, I am surprised. Okay, I've only used one, so I shouldn't be like saying that much, but I did an Instagram video with this one, the Mood one. This one came broken, so I pressed it myself. These are great. Like, I was blown away by the quality of these. Like, honestly, like, I was blown away by the quality of these. Can you see anything? I don't know. Why am I making such awful swatches? I'm not making sense. But yeah, I was really surprised at how nice these were. So I'm actually gonna hold on to these because I'm like, do I want to do something with these? This is the Vibes one. Looks like this, and then it is, I'm keeping it like this because if I want to give them away, I kind of want to save, you know, the sleeves and all of that. And then it is, oh my god, I am not making sense, the Brights one, and it looks like this. It's a bit of a like a neon mini rainbow palette. So I'm gonna keep these to see if maybe I want to do something more with them, because I was actually pretty impressed with the quality. That was it. That was it. I'm a mess. I'm always a mess. But that was it. That was all of my eyeshadow palettes. Let me organize this a bit and I'll bring up the basket and we can count how many I'm getting rid of. I did better than I thought I did. But I actually also saved maybe more than I need, but this is my passion. Eyeshadow palettes is my thing. And I hope you also noticed throughout this video that it's not just me hoarding palettes that I get in PR. I buy a lot of eyeshadow palettes because this is my thing. It's my vice. I love eyeshadow so much. So yeah, let me organize myself a bit and we can see how many am I getting rid of. And let me clean this because I'm a mess. Okay, here is the big basket. I am gonna put all the palettes in here that I am decluttering. Later on, I'm of course gonna divide them into things that are old and should be thrown away and things that I am giving away. So let me just put them in and let's see how many we ended up with. I don't know how many palettes I had to begin with, but I'm guessing it was around 200 because I had 170 last year. Maybe it was like 170 this year as well because you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I probably should know, but I don't. A lot. A lot. This is full. This is full. Let me... Oops. This is full. So I'm gonna put this to the side. But these are 45. Oops. One is almost falling off. These are 45. And it's 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 61, 62. Okay, one of these is obviously a highlighter palette and should have been in another video, but I thought that this was the eyeshadow palette, but 62. I'm happy about that because as you could tell in this video, I had way more palettes than I needed. And if this is 62, how many palettes do I have? How many palettes do I have? Whoever counts how many palettes I have in this video, let me know down in the comments and I will put that in the title. I will change to the correct number in the title to whoever counts and I will pin your comment. So let me know how many these were. I'm semi-sorry about a very long video, but it needed to be done, and as you could see, I had a lot of palettes. So I am gonna have a bit of a giveaway party to my friends. That's what I did last year. I gave away the palettes I decluttered last year. I'm gonna do that this year as well. It's gonna be super exciting. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be subscribed, please do. I have a bunch more episodes in my declutter videos that is coming, declutter series, because I am decluttering my whole collection before the year ends. And I am doing quite a lot of videos on my channel, and if you want to see more, and if you want to see my face and not just my hands, please do subscribe so you can see me actually using these palettes, not these, but the ones I'm keeping, the ones that are over here right now. If you want to see me use them, because I do quite a lot of videos on my channel, I would love to see you in my next one. Okay, bye!